somebody had hit me up and they were just wanting me to explain. They asked me who won between the Boosie and Vlad fallout. Vlad won. Clear as his first independent interview. So whatever he made was a profit. I'm not going to say it flopped. I'm sorry. But it wasn't 25 grand. It was not 25 grand. So he lost money. He wanted to get more. He bet on himself, which real hustlers do. And we all know Boosie is a hustler. Real hustlers gonna bet on themselves. Win, lose, or draw, you're gonna bet on yourself. If you're a real hustler, you're gonna put your own. Bringing Charleston White back. Charleston White, he's gonna talk about Boosie some more. This Vlad and Boosie situation got so big to where Vlad can mention it to any guest over the next year, and it's gonna make profit. That's why Vlad wins, because he can roll this for another year if he wanted to, and it's gonna make him a easy. I know y'all like hearing numbers. A easy $500,000. Vlad's gonna make $500,000 off of falling out with Boosie. Instead of paying him 25 in appearance, he's gonna make an easy $500,000. And I just wanted to say that. I ain't trying to tell Boosie what he should and shouldn't have did, but he's gonna miss out on hundreds of thousands. Vlad's gonna make hundreds of thousands. Over $10,000. Over $5,000 difference. Disagreement. Now I offered Boosie $15,000 yesterday. He turned it down. And I think a lot of that is because of ego and pride. He recently said that, you know, I don't need podcasters need me, and I feel like he gotta live on that. You know, he don't want to come back around. If he does a Vlad interview anytime soon, I mean, people are gonna look at him, you know, same way when Charleston White came back on Say Cheese, like, oh, and people want to seem right. You know, people want to seem right for a little while till.
Actually, you're wrong, bro. I'm not gonna take no losses now with Vlad, bro. You're wrong, bro. You're wrong, bro. That 25,000 5-6 times a year, bro, I make that in a weekend, bro. I make that 6 weekends in a row, bro. I don't need a podcast to be successful, bro. Like, I expect you to take your side because, nigga, you're a podcaster. But I think the real reason is you reached out to me last week trying to get an interview. And I told you no, bro. Like, you gotta take that on the chin, bro. Like, don't go on the thing billing about me and how you feel about me. I mean, if you wanted an interview, you could pay for an interview. Like, bro, like, I don't need a podcast to be successful, bro. I just made one weekend with making 5 years, bro. The way I'm doing my interviews right now, man, 300 years from now, I'm gonna be getting paid off them, bro. Every time somebody posts, it's monetized, bro. My grandchildren gonna make money off it, bro. It's monetized, bro. Y'all stretching it. Y'all keep stretching it. Y'all keep stretching it. It seems like y'all mad. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like y'all mad. I'm not mad. I mean, that's pennies, bro. I get this 9 different ways. I'm a hustler, bro.
Boosie caught wind of that and decided to respond today to everything being said about him, especially the narrative that he's taking a loss right now in this situation with DJ Vlad, where people are saying he could have been getting this and getting that. Then it was also said that he was offered $15,000. And Boosie, as you saw right there, basically said, hey, you're dissing me in your video right now because I wouldn't do your interview or things like that. Y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about but Boosie. Let me keep it all the way 1,000 here with Boosie because there's several layers to it. One of them is they're gonna keep talking about you no matter what. One, Vlad is gonna keep running your name all over the internet because he can make money off of it. He sees it as successful content, so until it stops getting views, he's gonna keep talking about you. I'm just keeping it 1,000. Times you can push that narrative like y'all friends, like that's your partner and things like that, but you're not more important than $1 to him. Just keeping it all the way real. That's why your enemy is on that show right now. And that's why I'm saying, hey, you could have gone ahead and just addressed this directly on your own platform. That's on you. And even right now, you could have taken this to your own platform. I know he's not heavily invested in it. He's not really in that mindset like I gotta go to my platform every time I speak, but this would have been the perfect moment to address everything in your own space. Hey fam, Vlad is dragging my name right now. Why is DJ Vlad putting everybody on this topic? Why is Sean Cotton pushing it like this? Why is he speaking on it this way? But Boosie did say the other day he already made enough money off the recent Boosie Bash run that he could chill for a few months, maybe 3 or 4 months, however he put it. And the thing is, he already knows how this goes. They're gonna respond regardless. But I gotta keep it 100. For Sean Cotton to jump out there and offer him $15,000, that's a super low ball in a situation like this because it just doesn't make sense. Why would I be getting paid $25K because Vlad already put it out there in full since Boosie didn't give the full story? Why would I take $15K when I was already getting $25K? I asked for more, he said no, so we stopped working. But then you come in the same time frame and offer me $15K, and I know y'all cool. That's gonna make me look crazy. So just off that $15K alone, I would take it like you're trying to play me. I don't even know if that was Sean Cotton just shooting his shot. Like maybe he was thinking he might be cool today, let me throw it out there and see what he says. But I would look at it like, hey fam, it's already been said I was getting $25K, and this is all recent too. So you cool with the guy I stepped away from over money, but you're not even offering what he was paying me. And I already made it clear, I'm not even tripping off it. No interviews would make it look like he's dealing with some type of money issues, and I get why he wouldn't want that narrative floating around. But I'ma keep it 1,000 with y'all. Boosie, they are absolutely gonna keep talking about you regardless. And if I'm being real about why I'm even on this topic, it's because I've been in the media for years. I've done hundreds of interviews, and I understand how this whole business works on the back end. I'm naturally interested in the economics of interviews, how platforms pay for content, and how personalities get used in this space. So that's why I keep breaking it down. Because whether people like it or not, this is the game. Someone speaks, someone responds, and then it turns into content that keeps getting recycled and monetized. And Boosie has been in this world long enough to know exactly how this cycle works, especially after spending years being booked to talk about other people's situations on platforms like DJ Vlad.
So now when the tables turn, he's going to be used in that same exact way by the same type of platforms. And the idea that there's still a friendship or a partnership there holds up. I don't really see it that way. Because what real partner says they're distancing themselves over something personal, but then turns around and brings the same topics right back onto the platform for content? And that's exactly why people keep pointing to how Vlad moves, especially when he brings other guests like Sean Cotton into the conversation and the business side starts getting exposed publicly. They start talking about earnings, potential deals, and even what could have been made if certain decisions were different, and all of that becomes part of the public narrative. So I'm just sitting here wondering what Boosie is going to say next, because so far he hasn't really fully addressed that part of it directly. He'll mention Vlad here and there, but then it feels like he quickly pivots away from going too deep into it. And from the outside looking in, people are either saying the narrative is being exaggerated or saying it's being exposed, depending on which side they're on. But at the end of the day, I respect Boosie trying to build his own platform and take ownership of his content through his Patreon. The reality though is that subscription content and recycled interview clips don't always move the same way as consistent viral interview cycles on YouTube. So if he wants that to work long term, it's going to take consistency, strategy, and staying in the conversation at all times.